Hi everyone, this is Debbie Henderson from Debbie's Designs. Welcome to Tea Time and a Card. Designs. Oops, hold on, I'm going to make sure my volume is working. Hello everyone. I have been gone for a couple weeks. I was on vacation for a week with my daughter and 3 granddaughters. And then this past week, I missed my usual time because I had to go to an appointment 2 hours away with a family member. So I am on tonight instead of last night, just to make this up to you guys. I can see you guys coming on. Okay, so I have a technique I'm going to show you today. I know most of you have seen this technique, but I have a little twist to my technique that I want to show you. I'm going to be using the Happy Label stamp set, and I'm using the thank you. I have the Petal Park Builder Punch. You can see there's 3 sizes of flowers and a leaf. I've already gone ahead and pre-cut. I'm going to show you everything that I cut because I have so many flowers and petals. So I've used Parakeet Party for the leaves, Pumpkin Pie for one of each size, and then Melon Mambo. I have one of the big size and then 2. So there's 5, 5 total of the flowers on the Melon Mambo. I'm using the Neutrals Adhesive Back Sequence. I'm going to bring these up to you because they're so pretty. They're all metallic, like a copper, a white, a gold, and this is like a brownish, like a pecan pie almost. So I'm going to be using those on the background. Ink is Pretty Peacock. I'm going to show you the card, and I'm going to explain why I'm showing you the tip that I'm going to show you. So I'm doing the torn paper look. You guys know, you have seen this. You just tear the paper on 2 ends, then you roll it, and it makes like a little scroll. And this can still be mailed because it's about a quarter of an inch thick, which is allowed through USPS. But I have a tip that I'm going to show you that I use with my scroll. I'm just going to do a quick demonstration. I'm going to tear just a scrap piece. So normally you would tear and then you're going to roll. Okay? And then you're going to glue your roll so that it stays in place. Now, what do you think is going to happen to this when this goes through the postage meter? I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Be prepared. Okay, there, look, it's flat. All that work and it's flat. So what I do is you can't press it flat, okay? It's going to stay this shape. And how I do that, I use a skewer. I actually cut a piece of the skewer and glue it inside as I roll it. So I'm going to show you how I do that, because you don't want to end up all that work and end up with something flat like this. Okay, let me bring the layers. Whoops, wait a minute. Okay, my ink pad's right here. Pretty Peacock, 11 by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that. And then I have Basic White, 5 1/4 by 4. I'm going to go ahead and glue that in place. It's going to go right on the card front. I have a little dot of color on here. You can see right there, but it's going to be covered anyway. That's why I'm using it. And then this is from the Masterfully Made designer paper. Now, I think I showed you guys the paper a couple of weeks ago, but I'll bring it out again. A lot of you guys were not too sure, just like me, on this paper, because it's got that torn look. It's got that 3D torn look. So there's 3 of these colors. This one has multiple colors. I have 1 sheet missing because I used both sheets. This is the 5th sheet, and of course there's a number 6. But if you don't like the torn look, this is the one I'm using today. Look how pretty these flowers are. If you flip these over, you still have some that are torn. Oops, hold on, they're upside down. This one is like just a bunch of pieces of paper that they glued together. Look how pretty this one is. I think this is the one I used last time I made a card. This one you could cut in 3 4-inch sections. and then cut it at 5.5 or 5.25, and you could have 6 cards out of this one sheet. And then this one here is kind of a little scenery. It's got the mountains and the sky and then some torn paper on the bottom. Okay, so this is a quick card. It's only 3 layers. I'm going to tear. So I'm going to start about 1.5 inches from the bottom. I'm just going to tear towards me. And you want that white showing. Our cardstock has the white core. Now, because I'm tearing this way on this side, the white is right here. I'm going to have to tear on the opposite side right here this time because I want the white on this piece. So whatever one you're tearing, the white's going to show on the bottom. Okay, so that's about where I want to be. Now I'm going to show you how I do. Oh, I need my pair of scissors. Hold on. I'm going to show you how I do the skewer. So this is, like I said, this is less than 1/4 inch, so it can be nailed. I'm going to go about right here. I'm just going to take my scissors, just twirl this around just to make an indent. And then I'm just going to break it off. Okay, now I'm going to add adhesive on that rolled part, the part that I tore, that's going to be rolled. I'm going to put my skewer right there. And then I'm going to roll. And try to roll it as tight as you can and make sure it's nice and straight. So I'm just going to keep rolling. And you'll see that this will retain its shape. Okay, now I'm at the end. I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue where I ended, just to have that extra adhesive. And I'm just going to press down and hold it there just for a second. Okay, I think we're good. Now I'm going to add adhesive to the back. And you would make your torn area as big as what you want to use for your stamp image. You'll notice that my thank you fits right inside there. Whoops. Yep, I just made a mess. Let me get a wipe. I got glue all over my counter. I don't think I got any on my card. I lucked out. Okay, so there's my torn look. Make sure this isn't upside down. Now I'm going to add my sentiment. Now, because I have a big bump in the middle, I moved my stamp way over to the right-hand side. Because if you try to stamp that with that bump, it's not going to work. I'm going to do this right here. So there's my thank you peeking through that little scroll. Now here are all my pieces. I am using a tool that is not Stampin' Up. I showed this a few weeks ago also. It's just got a bigger ball on the end. I'm going to break the fibers in all of my flowers just by running it through the center. And you'll see they're going to turn round and round as I do this. So I'm going to do all of the flowers. And some I'm going to layer, and some, the smaller ones, I leave as singles. Okay, there's my big one, and there's the last one. Okay. Now, let's see. I need mini stamping dimensionals. I'm going to take the bigger paper pumpkin one, and I'm going to add the medium-sized one with the dimensional. I'm going to do the same with the Melon Mambo. And then I'm going to do a medium and a small. Okay, there's all my flowers. Now I just have to glue them together on the card base. I'm going to go ahead and add this one first. Let me bring the card in so you guys can see it. So I've got 3 flowers on the top. My liquid glue is getting low. And then I've got 2 flowers on the bottom. Don't these flowers look great with this designer paper? It's just the perfect shape. I always like to match the shape of my flowers on the designer paper with a punch or a die that I use. Okay, now I need my glue dots. I'm just gonna tuck some leaves. These are easily done with the glue dots. You just put them on there and press in place. Let me see if I can grab just a strip of this. Okay, so I put one there, and I'm going to put one more single with the smaller flower. So you guys, it doesn't have to be a sentiment that peeks through. You can use some kind of a stamp image. A partial car would be cute. You know, the front of a car or a tractor coming out. You can pretty much do anything peeking out. Okay, on this one I used gold. I'm going to use the brown colored ones this time. And because I was gone for a week and just coming back and had to leave again, I didn't pick a name for last week's video that I had pre-recorded. So tomorrow I'll announce the winner for last week's card. And I'll pick a winner for this card. And that's all on Facebook. Okay, there is my card for the torn look. Which sequin is your favorite? The gold or the brown? I like all four colors. Even the white has like a shimmer to it. So if you don't have these, I love them. They're really pretty. Okay, that's my card for this week, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my little tip using a skewer. I think it works well, and it is not too thick for mailing. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you again next week. Have a good night, everyone. Bye-bye.